All right, it's that time again. It's time to get down to the beatdown. It is the Logan Summit Show. I am your fearless host, Logan Summit, and you are not. Today we have a friend from down, past Florida, baby. Keep going past Miami. He's living in the Keys, his best life right now. His name is John the Wolf. Champs, excuse me. I want to call you Champs, bro, because I know that's what's going to happen, man. I know that's what's going to happen.
That's
How's the
exactly.
weather down there in Key West today?
Oh, it's beautiful this evening, man. The sunset's gorgeous right now.
All right. Well, you will be fighting this Saturday, the 26th. It's part of Spar Wars. It's available right here on pay-per-view on millions.co. You'll be taking on a dude named T-Rock. I can almost guarantee that's not his given name, but I'm pretty sure he's going to drop a mixtape after the fight. Are you excited for Saturday night, John?
Oh, I'm so pumped, man. It's been so long, and after everything I've been through recently, it feels really good to be finally back in this.
Well, you said what you've been through. Now, my records show you have not fought for 6 years. I think you told me previously that you had a little MMA competition in between that. But then what happened? Why have you been out of the game for 6 whole years?
Man, I stepped away from my career originally. I became a firefighter. I started chasing that path down, and then I had a really bad motorcycle accident that put me down for some time, a couple years to be exact. It's been almost exactly 2 years since then, and now I'm just really glad to be back to training, back to gaining that strength back, and being able to compete again. I really look forward to putting a name out for myself and showing out to who I can be.
All right. Well, currently your record shows 0-1-0. What do you know about T-Rock? Have you looked him up? Do you know anything about the competition on Saturday night?
Well, apparently, me and T Rock used to train together. I still don't see
Okay.
when, but we do train at the same gym up in Miami. I do go up to Miami. I train at Freedom Fighters. That's my original home gym before moving down here. So we do apparently train together. I can't seem to remember him for the life of me.
Oh, he doesn't have a memorable face, is what you're saying, or a memorable style either. Oh, hold on a second, John. I'm just saying, if you don't remember him, did you have to go to YouTube to look him up?
I just had to open up his Instagram and see all the little back and forth he had with Augie.
Oh, man. Yo, so he likes to talk a little bit of trash before the competition?
I see that. I see that. He really does. But it sells the show. It's what sells the show. But that's what we're here for. We're here to sell a show and really perform and entertain the people.
Yeah, that is what it's all about. It is entertainment at the end of the day. No one's going to come out to see if you're not entertaining. I don't care how many wins you got. If you're not fun to watch, it's literally not fun to watch. All right, so T-Rock, Saturday night. It's all part of Spar Wars. Man, it's been 6 years since you competed, and the last time you were in there, it was a quick match. It was 14
It
seconds
was. It
in and
really
out.
was. So
So
I'm
what
looking
have
I'm
you
looking
learned?
forward to come back from that. I got something to prove. I got a lot to prove right now.
Exactly. So, what have you learned over the last 6 years that is going to thrust you into victory on Saturday night?
My skills made a complete jump from then. 6 years ago, I wouldn't be even near the fighter I am today. As compared to my stand-up game in MMA and my jiu-jitsu game, nothing is remotely near what it used to be. Especially after everything I've gone through, all the firefighter experience, I've been just working out, training hard, and I'm ready to really show out. You're gonna see a amazing show on Saturday, I guarantee it.
And what have you done to keep your head in the game? How have you strengthened your mental game and prepared yourself for 6 years later this Saturday night on July 26th at Spar Wars?
Honestly, this is a passion of mine. This is something I truly love to do. This is something I've always pursued. This is my long, long dream. And it's always been in the back of my mind. And my end goal has always been to succeed in this path. And I'm not going to stop until I do. And there's nothing that's going to stray me from that path. No matter how bad I get broken, no matter how bad I get beat down, I'm going to come right back to it. And I'm going to show out that I'm going to be that number one.
Well, you said that you trained to be a firefighter, and you are a firefighter down there in Key West, keeping everybody safe and probably with a nice beverage in their hand as well. Now, what is easier, being a fighter or being a firefighter?
Being a fighter all day. All day, being a fighter all day. This is just my passion. It flows so easy. It comes so natural to me. Being a firefighter, it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but that's why I did it. You know, it's something that I got to step out and I got to go out there and save people, and something I truly love to do as well.
Well, what have you learned from being a firefighter that helps you, that is going to help you in the ring Saturday night?
Ooh, that's a good question. Honestly, what's helped me the most is my discipline. You know, being a firefighter, we got to remain disciplined. You got to remain determined, calm, cool, collective. Things that you're going to use in the middle of a fight. If you're in the middle of a fire, you got to be able to think on your feet, think light, keep it moving, don't mess up. Any mistakes can cost you your life or a victim's life, you know? And it's the same thing in a fight. Any little slip up and it's going to cost you that fight.
Well, and it probably helps you get over your fear because while most people are running out of the house as it's burning down, you are running into the house to save people. That's got to be a kind of mental fortitude that most fighters aren't going to have.
That is very true. It's something, that not a lot of people can do. And that's who I am. There's a lot of things that a lot of people can't do that I do, and I will always do.
Now, I'm assuming you've been able to save lives and bring families back together in some of their most tragic times. And I don't want to sit here and be a downer, so let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the practical jokes that go on in the firehouse. I want to hear about the best practical joke that you have seen take place in the firehouse.
Man, they filled a buddy of mine's boot with like a bunch of honey mustard. It was the most random thing, but we're over there gearing out. We're doing like our bunker drills, and he puts his boots on, and it's just full of honey mustard. The most random thing they could do to him.
Now, have you watched Tacoma FD with the guys from Broken Lizard over there? Have you
I've
ever
I've
watched
seen
that
a
show?
couple episodes of that. Yeah.
So there is a little bit of that going on in a real firehouse, right?
Yeah, of course. But, it's a family house. These are all your brothers and sisters that you're training every day with, that you're risking your lives alongside. So there's gonna be that little bit of hazing, that little bit of playfulness, the same way you have with your siblings growing up. You know.
Well, and being a firefighter, you've got to stay in shape constantly because that gear is heavy as it's that heavy. That's how heavy it is, kids. So you're
Yeah.
always in good shape. So if, for making weight, are you walking around basically at the weight?
Well, I was actually heavier coming into this, and
Okay.
I'm using this actually as an opportunity to kind of cut down on my weight. I kind of gained a lot of weight after my accident from just
Mhm.
kind of sitting around. So this has been good to like help me get back in shape. Normally, as an MMA fighter, I fight around 135, and I'm over here walking around at 188. So I just finally cut all the way down. I'm walking around 174, 173. I'll pick up those extra pounds by tomorrow, and then we're set for the game.
Now, how do you think going through rehab after your motorcycle accident has helped mentally prepare you to get back into the ring? Because that couldn't have been easy.
Well, the worst part about the rehab was I did it all on my own. You know,
Oh, wow.
I'm the one that set it all up for myself. I'm the one that gave my own regimen and I followed through with it. You know, I had a broken femur, broken foot, lacerated spleen, broken ribs, and I came back from all that within 3, 4 months. I was already running again.
Oh, that really? So you went about it a different way. You said, you know what? Hold my beer. I got this, everybody. I'm going to get back on track. And do you feel like you're at 100% now, John?
I do feel like I'm at 100%. I feel like I'm better than I ever have been, and I have a lot more to keep going. You know.
Well, you know what? I can't wait to see it. It'll be going down this Saturday, July 26th, part of Spar Wars right here, pay per view on millions.co. Now, John, you're known as the Wolf. How did that come about, my friend?
So it's actually a funny story. So back when I was growing up through like middle school, high school, my friends used to make fun of me. I'm like a really hairy guy. So it became like this thing that made me really insecure because I was like, man, I hate being hairy. Everybody's calling me a wolf. Everybody's calling me a wolf. And then one day I said, like, screw it. I'm gonna be the wolf. That's who I'm gonna be, and I'm gonna take over that name, and I'm gonna show that fierceness. I'm gonna show that I can stand as the top of this pack, and I'm gonna be that one. And that's who I became, and that's what I've embodied ever since.
And you know what? Sometimes you just got to own it, right? If they're going to keep
Exactly.
throwing it at you, just own it, take it, and make it yours. I love that, bro. I absolutely love that. Good job. All right. So it's been 6 years. How are you going to be able to handle the adversity when unexpected situations come up in the ring? Do you think you're really, really prepared for anything to happen? Because on any given Saturday, anything can and it generally will.
And then it's all up to God. It's all God's plan. I put it in his hands. We're coming into this fight. I'm very well prepared. I've been training very well. I've been training with the firefighters. I've been training with my team. and I feel like my wrestling's up to par. I know he used to be a wrestler, so I'm ready to fight that
Mhm.
battle right then and there. And my jiu-jitsu's always been really good, you know. Even his head coach knows me very well for my jiu-jitsu. So he knows what he's getting into. I'm sure there's talk going on in the gym about me already, and he knows what he's gonna be getting into. What he doesn't know is who I am today and what I'm gonna show out to be.
Yeah. Now, have you been mostly preparing yourself for the fight, or have you been preparing for your opponent?
I've been preparing myself for the fight. You know, every opponent's gonna be different. The
Yep.
game plan sometimes changes for them. That's always gonna be a case. But if you don't establish who you are and continue to training, if you train focus for people, you're never gonna become a better fighter. You're just gonna become a better fighter for that person. You know, that's not how I see it. I see it. You train and train. You become like, as best as you can be. You beat everybody you can, and then when the time comes to show it out, you show it out. You know, everybody's gonna be different.
Now, what do you specifically like about your gym and where you're at training wise?
You know, the people, the atmosphere, you know, it was recommended by my head coach up in Miami from Freedom Fighters. He recommended this guy, Justin Bonet, and I've been training with him for almost a year already, and it's been going really well. I really do enjoy the team. The guys are great. Their jujitsu is really good. They need some work on their wrestling, but we'll get there. I'm helping them out with that. But their jujitsu is great, you know. And I do come up to Freedom Fighters from time to time when I'm off and I'm not at the station or anything. I'll come up and I'll come train with my original team.
Now, what's been the biggest piece of advice your new coach has given you?
Just keep pushing forward. This is easy. This is what you've done your whole life. You know, I've been doing this for on and off for about 10 years already. So this is something that I'm going to really continue to push forward. He said, "Hey man, you already know the game. You know what you're getting into. You know who you're going to be fighting. We all know him. You know him probably. So get in there and get after it. It's yours if you want it."
Well, it's all going to go down this Saturday, July 26th, Spar Wars, right here, pay per view on millions.co. You'll be fighting T Rock. I need you to make a prediction, John. Make a prediction. How's it going to go down? How's it going to finish?
Listen, I'm honestly looking for a quick submission. We can sit and play and slap each other all day. I can take a slap all day, and he can take a slap all day. But the end of the game is the jujitsu, you know, and that's what it's gonna come down to. So I'm gonna submit him, you know. And there's a couple ways that I already have in mind that I'm not gonna spoil because then he's gonna watch
Okay.
out for, you know. But there's a few that I got little tricks up my sleeve that I'm gonna use, and I'm ready for it, you know. I expect it to go maybe 3 4 minutes in, and that's it. I don't expect any longer.
All right. Well, that's a solid prediction. I'm a big fan of the Darce choke, by the way. So
I'll keep it
if
in
you're,
mind.
hey, I'm just saying, if you're taking, if you're making requests here, my request is for that.
Okay,
I
I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. Maybe if it comes up, I'll take it. You know, whatever he gives me, I'm gonna take. I'm not gonna sit there and play with it. You don't play with your food. I'm not
no,
one
you
to
do not.
mess around. You know, I'm the wolf. I gotta eat.
Woo! All right, yo, do you come out to the song "Hungry Like a Wolf"? Hungry like a wolf,
No, no, that's a good idea. You know, that's
dude.
something
Come
I could
on,
do
John.
next.
Come on, you gotta come out to "Hungry Like a Wolf,"
That's a
bro. I
that's a
love
good
it.
one. I haven't even
it.
thought about that one.
It's a little old, but it will serve you well. I feel
Hey, I
like.
appreciate that one. I'm gonna definitely take that into consideration. Maybe my next MMA fight later on. We'll look into that.
Let's go. I love it. I love it. All right. It's their time up here. It's your time down here. This is your time, John. It's your time to talk about anything you like. You can talk about the sponsors you have, the sponsors you want. You can talk about your team, your wife, your dog, your favorite video game. I don't care. It's your time, my friend. Go ahead. Take it away.
Hey man, I just really want to give a big shout out to my team up in Miami, Freedom Fighters. They're amazing guys. Yeah, I know I haven't been around them too long recently, but at the end of the day, that's my home gym, that's my family, and I really appreciate everything they do for me and how they've been there for me. Ray's been there for me plenty of times. Ray was sat there in the hospital for me, and it's a big shout out to Ray for always being there and really being like a father figure in my eyes. To the guys down here, I really appreciate everything they've done for me, all the preparations they've done. A lot of them have gone out of their ways to help me train and help me prepare. And the same thing with Monroe County Fire Rescue. I appreciate everybody in it. They've all been here. They've all been, giving me that shoulder, pushing me forward and motivating me continuously to make it into what I need to do to succeed on Saturday night. So it's very grateful to all of them. And first and foremost, we're always going to thank God. God is the only one that we must thank every single day of our lives. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be standing here right now. So I appreciate everything he's done for me.
I couldn't agree with you more. That's absolutely fantastic. And John the Wolf camps will be
Yes,
fighting
sir.
this Saturday night, July 26th at Spar Wars, part of a pay per view right here on millions.co. All right, it's time to play the game that all the kids are talking about on the playground, all the adults are talking about around the water cooler. It's time to play 5 questions. Are you ready, John?
I'm ready. I'm ready. What you got?
All right. 5 questions is always brought to you by Newer. If you're a creator, either a pro creator or amateur creator, it doesn't matter what type of creator you are. Go to newer.com, use code Logan. You save yourself 20% off of that pro gear at amateur pricing. All my gear in the studio that you can't see is made by Newer. Go check it out right now. And if you're wondering where's that link, it's in the about section of whatever platform you're watching us on. Now it's time for 5 questions with John the Wolf Camps. All right, question number 1. As we know, Florida gets crazy from time to time. I lived in Miami after we did the sports talk show up at ESPN. We brought it to Miami. I've worked at 2 radio stations down there. I know it can get crazy. And you're a firefighter on top of it and a fighter. What's the craziest thing you've ever seen in Florida?
Man, oh, listen, as a firefighter, we see crazy things every single day. It's always there. I think so far, the craziest thing I've probably seen is, it's gruesome, but it's what happens down here. I've seen a kid get hit by a propeller on a boat, man, and it is wild to see, and
No,
that's probably
God.
one of the craziest things I've looked at. And luckily that kid's doing very well. No
Wow, that's awesome.
amputations, nothing. He made it through. He pulled through. He's doing great now today. So it was crazy to see it from that moment to where he is today, and it's insane.
That's a great story. It got dark there for a second, but it's great to know that they're doing well and able to reach for the stars and grab some more dreams. Because I'll bet you after that near death experience, their life has taken on a whole new brightness. I'm sure it has.
I'm sure it has. From my experience,
Yeah. All right. Question number 2. Do you have a favorite quote?
oh, favorite quote. Honestly, one of my favorite quotes is, "You have to live life not to your potential, but to the fullest potential. It's not the potential you believe in; it's the potential that you can surpass." So it's setting those boundaries and overcoming them. Every time you set a goal, it's looking past that goal. It's not just, oh, I made that goal, that's it, it's done. No, it's, I made that goal, what comes next? I'm always going for what's next, and that's something you got to live by.
Oh, that's good advice. Do we know who we can attribute that quote to?
That's just me coming up with it, brother.
All right, there you go. I like that. It's John's favorite quote. That's a good one, and it was solid. That's good advice. All right, question number 3. What's your favorite martial arts movie?
Southpaw. It's
Oh,
yeah, it's a little tribute I do before every fight. I watch that before every competition. I watch that movie the night before.
oh yeah, really? All right.
Yeah.
Do you have any other things that you do before a fight?
Before a fight, man, I got some music I listen to. I listen to a lot of Viking music right before, like Viking
Okay.
war music. I'll get into that right before a fight. Right when I'm coming up to that the location, the venue, I'll be listening to all that, getting ready for it, just putting my head in the zone, and I'll shift personalities. I'm a fireman outside, but I'm a fighter when I get there.
All right, I like that. Now, question number 4. I didn't know about this before we got into it. I didn't know about the motorcycle accident. So, question number 4. I think we kind of know what it is, but I want you to expound upon it here for us. What's the hardest test you've ever had to overcome?
Yeah, it's gonna be that accident. There was a moment where I really thought I was gonna lose my leg. I thought I was gonna die in the middle of that street. When it happened. I got scars to remember it by. They're all across my arm, all across my back. You'll see them Saturday night, and that was one of those scariest moments of my life, but it was also one of the calmest and collective I've ever been in my life. When it happened in that moment, I literally lifted my head up in the street and I thought to myself, all right, that's it. This happened. I got to push forward because tomorrow's going to come no matter what happens next.
It's amazing that you said you kept a clear head because one of my friends got into a pretty serious motorcycle accident, and the first thing he told the cop was, "Can you please call work and tell him I'm not going to make it tonight?" And when he got out of the hospital, I was like, "Man, that's the first thing you thought of?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, man, I knew I was going to be late." And I was like, bro,
No,
don't
God.
even think about that. But it's weird. It's weird the type of clarity that you have in that moment, right? You're sitting
Yeah,
there thinking this could be it, and that's when you have a moment of clarity. Pretty
it just
interesting stuff.
clicks. It all clicks in that moment. It's the adrenaline. It pushes you.
Yeah, the adrenaline, right? And how does the adrenaline push you into the fire? I mean, that's got to be a big part of being a firefighter, right?
The biggest thing I think about is that's somebody's home. You know, that's somebody's memories. That's people what people love. Everything they care about is right there, or even their loved ones, or even them themselves are in there. You know, so if not me, then who? You know, who's gonna really go in there? Who's gonna make that step? And it's gonna be me, and I'm gonna make that step. And I'm not gonna slow down. I'm not gonna look back. I'm gonna go and save that property or save those lives.
Well, thank you for myself and everybody here at Millions.co because I'm not running into a burning house. And thank you for actually going and doing it because I'm not that dude. That's not me. All right. So if it's not me, it's got to be you, John. It's got
Exactly.
to be
There it
you.
is. You see,
All right. Question number 5 of 5 questions. What's the best meal at the firehouse and who cooks it?
chicken cordon bleu, and
Okay, I
I
like
make
it.
it. I make it.
Yeah, there you go.
I love to cook. It's one of my biggest, like my little side hobbies that I do on the side. You know, tomorrow at the station, I'm making some churrasco and chimichurri for the guys. So, you know, that's one of the little things that I'm always doing. I love to cook.
All right, so you make chicken cordon bleu. Is there anything that your chicken cordon bleu does a little bit different than the traditional chicken cordon bleu to make
So
it the wolf chicken cordon bleu?
yeah, so I'll make like a little nice little like kind of like a roux, like a sauce that'll
Mhm.
go overhead. So it's a regular chicken cordon bleu, nice and breaded with the chicken and the ham and the cheese on the inside, and then I'll slice it up nice, layer it out, and just pour that roux right on top, and it's just absolutely delicious.
Well, hopefully it will be delicious when you go 500. Get your record to 1-1 this Saturday night, July 26th, live on pay-per-view right here on Millions.co, all part of Spar Wars. John the Wolf Camps will be going against T-Rock for the win. All right, man. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the audience before we close this out?
Honestly, man, it's been a pleasure meeting you. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you.
I truly appreciate you taking your time to come out and interview me. It's something that's nice, you know, that you do for the fighters, and I'm looking forward to putting on a show on Saturday for everybody. And for you, let's see if I get that darts choke in.
Oh, that'd be good. You know what? You've got some homework. We'll check in with you before your next fight, and we'll find out if indeed you were able to do the submission the way that you wanted it, and if you were able to use that dart stroke to get it done. John, I really appreciate your time today. Thank you for being here, and thank you at home for being here as well. Until next time. Be good to yourself and be kind to others. Pay it forward, play it forward. Rock like a party star. Party like a rock star. Smile strong, laugh loud. And last but not least, please like, follow, and subscribe so you'll know when I'll be back doing my thing. For John and myself, I'm Logan Summit. This has been the Logan Summit Show. And remember, everyone loves a good fight. We'll see you next time. Thank you, John.